Have you ever felt like you couldn't live true to yourself because you were afraid of being judged? You want to pursue your passion, but you hesitate, fearing others will mock you. You want to do what you love, but you hold back because of the fear of criticism. You live within the boundaries that society imposes, simply because you don't want to be different. But what is the truth? Do people really care about you as much as you think? When you succeed, some will be jealous. When you fail, some will mock you. When you stay quiet, some will call you dull. When you speak up, some will say you are showing off. No matter what you do, there will always be someone who is not satisfied. So why live for them? Why waste time worrying about opinions you can't control? The Buddha taught, the words of the world are sharper than swords. If you keep chasing after the approval of others, you will only suffer. It's time to stop being consumed by meaningless worries and start living for yourself. No matter what they think, no matter what they say, this life belongs to you. You are the only one responsible for your choices. You can listen to others, follow their expectations, but when difficulties arise, who will bear the consequences for you? When you fail, who will take responsibility? When you feel lost, who will help you find yourself again? The answer is no one. We spend too much time worrying about how others perceive us but rarely ask ourselves, what do I truly want? We fear judgment, fear doing something different, fear being laughed at, but if we continue living in this fear, we will never dare to pursue our dreams, and we will always be trapped by the expectations of others. Many people live their entire lives trying to please society, yet in the end, they are still not recognized. You may try your best to become perfect in the eyes of others, but one day, you will realize that no matter how well you do, there will always be someone who is dissatisfied. People may praise you today but forget you tomorrow. They may support you now, but later, they may turn away when you no longer meet their expectations. So why let your happiness depend on something so uncertain? If you keep chasing what others want, you will never have time to live the life you truly desire. If you let others decide for you, you will always be a shadow, living someone else's life instead of your own. The Buddha taught, no one is ever perfect in the eyes of the world. A wise person is not bound by praise or criticism. When you stop seeking external approval, you will finally be free. Life only becomes meaningful when you dare to live as your true self. Not when you try to be loved by everyone. You cannot control what others think, but you can control how you live. You cannot stop people from judging you, but you can choose not to let their words affect you. Others cannot experience life for you, so why let them decide your path? True happiness does not come from how much recognition you receive. It comes from whether you dare to live authentically. Do not trade your freedom for temporary applause. People may come and go, but you will always have to walk this journey with yourself. If you do not cherish yourself and live for your own happiness, then who will? Society has always imposed invisible standards to judge a person's value. They tell you that you must be successful before the age of 30. Have a stable job, get married at the right time, and live according to what they consider the right way. If you do not follow that path, they will say you have failed, that you are lost, that you have no future. But who defines success? Who decides what is right and what is wrong? If you keep chasing after others' expectations and forget what you truly want, you will lose yourself without even realizing it. You will feel trapped because no matter how hard you try, you will never fully meet everyone's expectations. You will live in constant anxiety, fearing that one day you will be left behind. But the truth is, no matter how much you strive, there will always be someone who criticizes you. Others may say you are not good enough, but that does not mean you have no value. They may criticize your decisions, but they are not the ones who bear the consequences. They may laugh at your choices, but they are not the ones living your life. Their words do not reflect who you are, they only reflect their limited perspective. The Buddha taught, The wise know themselves and do not concern themselves with the words of others. The ignorant are caught up in gossip, living for the opinions of the world. If you let your life be dictated by praise and criticism, you will always live in fear and self-doubt. When you care too much about what others think, you are handing them control over your life. Your worth is not measured by someone else's approval. Your worth lies in who you are, in the way you live, in the things you do. A flower does not need anyone's praise to bloom beautifully. A mountain does not need recognition to stand tall. Likewise, you do not need anyone to validate your worth, because you already have it within you. Instead of worrying about what others think, spend your time living a meaningful life for yourself. Instead of trying to please everyone, focus on what truly matters to you. Instead of being concerned about how others see you, ask yourself, am I living true to myself? Happiness does not come from being liked by everyone, it comes from loving yourself. When you stop seeking validation from others, you will find peace within. When you dare to live authentically, you will no longer need anyone's approval. The happiest people are not the ones who are the most liked, but the ones who live true to their values. They do not worry about what others think because they understand that happiness does not come from external validation, but from inner peace. Many people spend their entire lives chasing approval, trying to please everyone, yet in the end, they still feel empty. When you live to satisfy others, you constantly adjust yourself, hide your true desires, and gradually lose your sense of self. But when you dare to live authentically, when you stop caring about external opinions, you will feel lighter and freer. You cannot control what others think, but you can control how you live. You cannot change everyone's perspective, but you can change how you respond to it. When you focus on yourself instead of constantly observing others, you will start to realize what truly matters to you. The Buddha taught, when you find yourself, you will no longer need anyone's approval. Stop seeking validation from the outside because everything you need has always been within you. Instead of worrying about what others think, focus on improving yourself. Spend time learning, growing, and becoming a better version of yourself. Do things that bring you joy. Pursue the dreams you once feared. When you invest in yourself, you will no longer have time to worry about others' judgments. Happiness does not come from having more than others, but from feeling content and fulfilled within yourself. When you stop comparing, stop seeking approval, you will find peace. When you dare to be true to yourself, you will no longer be bound by others' expectations. Life is too short to live in fear and worry. Live in a way that, when you look back, you will not regret wasting so much time caring about things that do not matter. In the end, the most important thing is not what others think of you, but whether you are truly happy with your own life. This life belongs to you, not anyone else. You can try to please everyone, but in the end, only you are responsible for your own happiness. If you constantly worry about what others think, you will always be trapped by expectations that do not belong to you. If you live according to society's standards, you will lose yourself without even realizing it. Remember, no matter what you do, there will always be someone who is not satisfied. No matter how hard you try, there will always be criticism. But that does not matter. What matters is whether you are living true to yourself, whether you are pursuing what truly makes you happy, whether you dare to let go of fear and walk your own path. The Buddha taught, a peaceful mind leads to a peaceful life. When you stop seeking validation from the outside, you will find peace within. Stop chasing after praise and criticism. Stop worrying about the judgmental eyes around you. Focus on yourself and live a life that, when you look back, you will not regret. If you found this message meaningful, share it to inspire others. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future videos. Remember, happiness does not come from others' approval, it comes from the peace within your own heart. See you in the next video.